Hi guys, thank you for joining me. Here's one of the more recent still captures from one of the live web cameras. There on the Canary Islands. There is a fellow there on La Palma, bushcraft bear, and I will give you a link to his videos. There's been some good information and things that he has not been saying is very enlightening. The governments there of the Canary Islands have not warned the people about the dangers of breathing in the ash. They do not realize that it's microscopic glass embedded in the ash with all the other little rocks and other hazardous material that will get into their lungs, get into their eyes, their skin, and cause damage. This fellow was complaining about the ash in his eyes, waking up and walking in it barefooted. It would be like fiberglass embedded in your skin, fiberglass in your lungs. And no one, not even their health department, is warning the people about the dangers of breathing in the ash. He said when he was up on this mountain overlooking the lava flows, cars drove by and the ash went up into his eyes, and it hurt. No kidding, it's got glass in it. They evidently don't know about the threat of a landslide, how it could occur all at once, or in portions sliding into the sea, creating tsunamis. Over 600, as of today, the third day of the eruption, 166 buildings have been destroyed. SO2 has increased. Yesterday it was between 6,000 and 9,000 tons. And then today it's between 8,000 and 10,500 tons of SO2 going up into the air. The ground is still rising. It has risen over an inch since yesterday. And many of the earthquakes are still deep, meaning there is still pressure in the caldera, meaning that there could still be a very large eruption coming. Recent tests of the lava shows that it has a higher silica value, meaning lots of gas in that lava. Here is today's image from IGN showing the uplift. Look what's going on just today. Another image from IGN showing the deformation area. IGN's earthquake that are occurring have occurred so far today. Evidently, last night, according to in Volcano, there was a magnitude 4.1 earthquake that EMSC, USGS, even ING is not reporting. Here we have an image of La Palma and the depth of the magma. You can see here how it's thickening. The blobs, that's a scientific term, blobs of magma coming into the system. The fountain of lava that's shooting up in the air, according to National Geographic, is over 5,000 feet high. It's over 2,000 degrees in temperature. The fountain is higher than the world's tallest skyscraper. These images are in 1 hour increments. Now you can see right here how the magma from the chamber there at Cumbre Vieja is rising up, how the pressure has increased. They are really downplaying the threat to the people there on the island that this thing could have a huge eruption. They don't care about the people there. They care more about tourism dollars. They did that with El Hierro before El Hierro's volcano erupted. People were getting sick and dizzy from breathing in the gases there on El Hierro. Just like they're encouraging people to go to the island now, they were encouraging people to go there then. The island basically has no income other than tourism. They don't have resources that they can sell to the outside world, so the government really depends on those dollars that tourists bring in. An additional 1,000 people have been evacuated. There's been over 6,000 people evacuated, evidently, all the way down to the ocean. The magma has slowed down its flow. It's now traveling at about 150 feet per hour. According to bushcrafter bear, evidently another opening has opened up there at the summit. He says it is the 9th fault zone dike intrusion to have occurred. The lava has now covered 103 hectares of land. So that would be about 254 acres. Here's the Twitter post about the magma and how it's all full of gases. And I'll give you a link to this article here on Wikipedia. This here is about the crystals in the lava. Phenocrysts are more often found in lighter, higher silica rocks. One of the rocks being andesite. It is the intermediate between basalt and rhyolite, and I reported that yesterday, how this lava has rhyolite in it. Highly explosive. Lots of gases in it. So we have a buildup of pressure there at the caldera. We know that by the earthquakes that are still continuing. We know that by the deformation that is still continuing. Now, you have a choice of the gases coming out of the ground being highly toxic. You have what's going to happen when the lava reaches the ocean and explodes with the interaction of the water, releasing these deadly gases. And these people are not being warned. People from the east side of the island are rushing over to watch this spectacular event. The Minister of Tourism is telling people to come and watch this fantastic event, not telling the people the dangers that will be coming, because when it does hit the ocean, these gases, these deadly gases, are going to be released. Do I sound angry? Yes, I am angry. Thank God no one has been injured yet. But in the same location of where this magma, where this lava is flowing, there was an eruption in 1585, and 5 people died from those gases. Yeah, come to the ocean and watch the explosion. Breathe deep. No, get the hell out of there. The news is not telling you about the threat. No, they're downplaying it. Evidently, Obama had a meeting with his advisors about this recent event that's going on there in La Palma. They worry about a panic. There is absolutely nothing you can do if this area of land decides to fall into the ocean, either in chunks or individual slides, one at a time. There is absolutely nothing you can do about a mega tsunami. Over there in Europe, the east coast of Africa, Morocco, is 300 miles from La Palma. You would have probably about 10 minutes to get to some really high ground. The United States, you would have maybe 6 to 8 hours to evacuate from the east coast of the United States. And depending on what time of the day, if it decides to happen, we don't know if this will happen. I mean, it could happen at night while we're sleeping. And you wake up and you find out the tsunami is going to arrive in about 2 hours. Well, there's no way you can evacuate out safely in 2 hours. So they don't want you to know or be aware of this threat. And they're certainly not even telling the people that live on the island the threat. Do you realize that even after this volcano settles down, and it could take weeks, it could take months, you will still have the threat of a collapse because of the recent activity? According to Bushcraft Bear, the Navy is off the shore here, the Coast Guard's off the shore there, and he even seen a whale sightseeing tour going back and forth along this area. This area is supposed to be closed off, and because of the tourist dollars, they're still allowing people to go out there and supposedly whale watch. At least warn the people about wearing masks. Do not breathe this ash in. This makes me so angry. Greed. That's all it is greed. Yeah, I don't rant very often, but I definitely am ranting right now. So, what are your thoughts? Put your comments down below. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you very much for your support. I really appreciate it. Please stay safe, and I will talk to you later. God bless you.